In this episode of Addicted to the Season, you're going to see me going up to southern Ohio with John Horn, and my first hog hunt ever. And I tried to schedule 2 in Texas last season. They've got the most rain that they'd ever had. They asked me, to try to reschedule so they get more rain. But so John knows the guy up in Ohio. He had went up and been successful up there. So I figured I'd give it a shot. He kept talking to me, trying to talk me into it, and then he finally I said, okay, let's do this. So we get off work, and boogie home, get a shower, make sure we have everything, and head to Ohio. I meet John about halfway, and he parks and jumps in the truck with me, and we're off. And so we get halfway up here, got to get gas, and then there's a gas pump, old school gas pump, and I was totally confused on how to use it. It was so funny. Little bitty small town, a little 600 or 700 acre place where they keep about 50 hogs on that land. And what they do is they have a couple breeder boars, and they breed for big time places. So we get up there, meet everybody. Just a fantastic place. Loved all the mounts that they had, but nothing ever goes is planned like you want it to. We walked looking for a place to set up the blind, a couple pinch points that they knew about where these hogs would go down in the ravine, and there's like a half dry creek, and they waller down there. Like I said, not real good with pigs, and sit here thinking, okay, what do I do here? What do I do there? How, but nothing ever goes as planned. But couldn't be more happier with how things went. I got to bring my hog back, so just a great experience, and I'll go back to Southern Ohio Game Preserve again. The people there was just awesome. So let's get on to it and check out some of the fun that I encountered. It's a great way to have your first hog hunt, so let's check it out. Kid from Addicted to the Season. We're leaving out tomorrow to go to Southern Ohio out, and I'm gonna meet up with team member John Horn, and we are going to go on my first hog hunt. So we're hunting out of a blind, so I've got the blind set up here at the house, just trying to learn how to shoot out of a blind with a bow. It's just something that I'm not really good at. So I've been practicing slinging arrows, just trying to get 100% on point. I'm using xecutioner broadheads, red rum arrows. It's designed by hog hunters out in Texas. Xecutioner is just a devastating broadhead. So hopefully something will come out, and we'll get some footage, maybe a kill, maybe not. If I can just get out and see some wild hogs, that's going to be amazing to me. So I'm going to try to figure this out. I've been a week and a half now slinging arrows out of this blind. I've done shot the blind once. Sorry, Danny. So I'm going to get to it, and hopefully we're going to see some hogs. We're going to get some really good footage. If not, then it's going to be an experience just to go and have that. Here in Kentucky we don't have a lot of hogs, so you got to travel to hunt them. So let's get to it. Sling some arrows, have some fun. Just gonna have a blast. Got my Ninja camera mounted to the bow. We'll have 2 or 3 others set up in different spots, and using the remote, click them on and off, and maybe we'll get some good footage. So let's have fun, sling some arrows, and maybe we'll bring you a good show.
Same pink executioner sticker on my truck.
Well, he was rusting his shirt, but he had pink. That's it.
Which way do you carry?
I know.
It's a story that should be told. We live it out as we go. It's how legends are born and damn sure never die. I know you ain't heard of me yet, but I promise you'll never forget. We're just legends in the making. We're restless and ready, and we ain't never gonna stop. Turning memories into legends, 'cause legends don't ever die. It's the legends I've heard that got me where I'm at. I know for sure we're never looking back. It's a story I'm writing that shouldn't be unread. With a lot of hard work and a little love, and making all these memories of countless nights and countless days. And I know you ain't heard of me yet, but I promise you'll never forget. We're just legends in the making. We're restless and ready.
Got there night before, got settled in, went and grabbed a couple sandwiches, and just kind of hung out, relaxed. Got up the next morning, ate some breakfast, and took us in, dropped us off, got to walking, and I was just looking for a good spot to set up the blind. Well, as you guys know, a lot of times you can plan your hunt, and it never works out like you've planned it. And this is another example, prime example of how it doesn't work out like that. So we go down and up and over these ridges and valleys and drop-offs up here in Ohio, and we get up over a field. Well, by now I've done walked half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, up and down straight up hills. So we see some pigs off way down in the bottom of this flat. So I was like, okay, there's a tree right here. We'll sit down, relax, cool off for a second, and John was going to film the pigs. We hadn't passed an animal one whatsoever the whole time that we walked. And so I'm sitting there, and next thing I know, I keep hearing something over my shoulder, and as I look back, there's like 4 pigs that I have no clue. We didn't pass them. They must have come out from the thicket to the left of us, just behind us. So now I'm kind of a little weary. Never been around no hogs, especially no wild hogs. And but they said it was okay. Just don't, freak out, move or nothing, and they won't bother you. So it was kind of a cool experience there. So we get and go on down about 300 or 400 yards, and there's a lot of pigs off to the right. They're just in little holes and nooks and crannies, and it's hard to see these pigs if you're not like walking up on them. And they had a few pigs tagged that they were moving to another place. And this little tract that we hunted was, I think, right around 600 acres, 700 acres, something like that. Beautiful. So we go around, seen a few here, a few there. It just wasn't the hog that I was looking for. So we get all the way around this field, kind of stay to the edges, and then I look over and I was like, there's two hogs over there fighting. I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, John, kneel down and see if you can get underneath these trees and get that on film. I said, that is awesome. So he kind of kneeled down. He's like, oh man, one of them's bleeding. And I said, is that what that is on the side? And our guy was like, normally 2 females doesn't do that. And they was like, so let's go back, you know, let's try to ease around away. And so we did. And as we get closer, she was like, that's your hog. And I was like, how did we miss them, you know? So they must have come out of the thicket to the left of where we walked down, which is a big ravine. And it's a pretty steep place to get to. So we get over there and it's just a commotion. As you'll see here, that in this segment right here, these 2 guys were just getting it on. And they were 2 big boars, and they had an audience. There was blood, so every pig that could smell it within a half a mile came. And they were just a fighting. The guide was just trying to get other pigs away. They explained a lot to us, learned a lot about some hogs.
Watch still. You're gonna go there. There you go. Put another one. Go back.
Blend in a little bit, and there's these openings here where these hogs will waller, and these wallers a little bit of water and shade. We come over the hill, come down, went to go across, and somehow this big boar and another big boar was just getting at it. Don't know how we passed these two guys up. The other boar was a littler boar, but he wasn't taking no crap from this guy, and they were just in it. It was giving me enough to ease up on these guys while they were fighting it. 20 yards. Got a little closer. Took the shot with executioner, broadhead, and red rum arrows. Put one in him. Adrenaline was pumping so much that it didn't even faze him. We put another one in him, and then that's when he started slowing down. Literally walked 15, 20 yards and laid over. Like I said, my first hog, I'm so doggone excited. The old Hoyt, executioner broadheads, done the job. Camo, Treezyn, kept us in with all these green leaves. It's like 95 today, and I'm not real sweaty the way the camo keeps us cool. So, just real excited. First hog ever. Just gonna go back home to Kentucky. It's gonna be awesome. So everybody, thank you for watching, and we've had a lot of fun today. Now all the hard work comes. Stay addicted, 365.